Alright boys, welcome to the YouTube channel. This is basically my video about how I started dropshipping and made over $200,000 within 3.5 months of like starting dropshipping, and all while running a 7-figure fashion brand called Unpractical, which I will show you guys in a moment. But basically I was able to do 88.5K in the first 30 days of starting a new store, and also on another store we did $143,420 rev, not profit, which was roughly 30% profit margins in the last 30 days, as you can see down here. And just to show that I am not capping, I will go to the store and refresh the shit, and boom, there you go, 143.4K in the last 30 days. But yeah, basically, for those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Perry Shea. I own a 7-figure fashion brand called Unpractical. This is me right here and my brand. And I was able to basically do 130K followers in the past 3 years, as well as just shy of $3 million. So yeah, we're on track to doing really good this year as well. I project probably like 2 million maybe this year. Black Friday 2025, we did $126,000 in the 4 days of BFCM. And then this is my website here. Y'all can see all my clothes, unpractical.ca. A lot of you guys are wondering, why am I doing dropshipping when I have a successful clothing brand? And it's honestly a simple answer to that. It's cash flow. For those of you guys who are running a clothing brand, you all know how strict cash flow is. Given that like the whole production line and how long it takes to sample, get bulk, and then film content, shoot your campaigns, and drop, it requires a lot of cash. It's very capital intensive, and that's why it is very difficult to basically see the money that you made. Like if I made $1 million profit, right? I don't really get to see it much because I'm always reinvesting into inventory and carrying over like hundreds of $1,000s of inventory while funding new drops. And that's why I was really interested in like drop shipping, because the thought of like never having to touch a product or see it, and you can sell it and ship it directly to your customer, was so nice. So I wanted to give it a try, and I figured, like my skills should translate over, and we'll get to there in a second, to the section here, the trenches, because I was somewhat wrong about it, and I had to. It costed me a lot in time, money, and a bunch of things. So yeah, moving on to the trenches. In 2026, I made a New Year's resolution that I wanted to get into dropshipping. Like I wanted to actually dedicate like 4 to 6 hours of my time during the day to dropshipping specifically. And so I vowed that I would do one brand new store every 2 days for 2 months straight. So from January to the end of February, I would just trench it out, right? Because from what I hear, like you guys probably have heard the same thing, like, within 50 products, you're guaranteed to hit, a winner product that's gonna go to millions of dollars, right? So I was like, fuck man, if I have the money, if I have like time, and I have the grit, then I'm gonna just get right in there and test as much as I like literally can before I burn out. So I tested one store every 2 days for 2 months straight, and basically 3 big things that happened. I lost a lot of money, right? I lost 13K in just 2 months alone, which is, some people maybe are gonna say like 13K is not a lot, or some people will say it's a lot. To me, it's like pretty decent amount, because it's not just the money, it is literally, it's so unmotivating when you get to like the 10th store and you've already put in probably like, I don't know, 50 to 60 hours of work, and to see nothing, right? So all of those, unfortunately, they did fail. Some of them were break even, but nothing was able to like scale to like 1K days and pass, right? So I only got 4 to 5 hours of sleep like for every day for the entire 2 months, which honestly was really fucking draining. But with enough hard work, I was able to actually crack a couple stores, and we're like now everything that I've lost has been paid. Like I already paid that back, so I'm no longer in like net negative in terms of my dropshipping stores. So it really is true. If you can dedicate an entire year to dropshipping and you do the insane volume that I was doing, it is literally like impossible. Like it is you are 99.99% going to make it. There's absolutely no way you're not going to. And this literally goes to show I did it for I did 30 stores in 2 months, and I was able to crack dropshipping. And so before I get into how did I crack dropshipping, which obviously guys, I'm not here to brag or anything. I'm really here to just show you my transparent journey, and hopefully this is like going to be motivating for you guys. I would want it to just be pure motivation for you guys, because really if you put in enough work in the volume, it is very unreasonable for you to fail. Just to show you before we move on to there, these are screenshots of my P&L sheet. You can see a lot of the products I didn't lose. Like they say in dropshipping, you lose like $100 to $300 per test. Some of them I got too emotional, and I thought like I was breaking even and I was gonna make money, but I mean shit man, I lost $889 there, $280 here, this store $459, $389, times that by 30. Okay guys, dropshipping isn't for the weak, but Again, everything was paid back within 3.5 months of doing this. Now, how did I crack dropshipping? Obviously, I'm going to keep this video pretty short, but essentially just understanding the 5 levels of marketing awareness, 3 dimensions of persuasion, and overall just getting better at direct response, right? Direct response marketing. And I learned that through a lot of YouTube videos, some courses that I paid for, and also books. When it comes to anything entrepreneurial wise, if you can change your change the perception of losses and not view it as like, oh, I failed, oh, I'm not good enough to do this. If you can change it as like, instead of failing backwards and falling backwards, to fail forwards, because every single failure is a blessing. You can either choose to learn from it and grow and continue, or you can let that loss take you down and unmotivate you and you just quit, right? So every failure is a blessing. You need to always be in a learning mode. You should always be a student, because it is very unlikely for you to be like the best at ecom in your life, really, because ecom is always evolving, right? So you have to always be learning. And a lot of the stuff that I had, like the skills I had in clothing, actually didn't translate over as I expected it to. For example, I never really had to do 5 levels of marketing awareness, because basically I don't have to convince people to buy my clothes through words, through copy, through really any scripts. I simply have to make cool shit that is all congruent. So the designs have to have the certain aesthetic, all congruent, and kind of pick out an avatar that I know already exists, like that there's a big enough TAM for, right? And then from there on, you literally just make stuff that they would wear, and that's it. And as you stack more SKUs, then you'll like actually start to make a lot of money. And that's why clothing brand is one of the hardest fucking e-commerce business models, which then ties into number 2 of how I cracked dropshipping. It is, I never gave up. Okay, this is so important. You've heard it a million times, but truly, dropshipping, you can make it within a year if you put in an insane amount of volume. That again, it is unreasonable for you to not succeed. I'm grateful that I started in the clothing brand space, because clothing brand really teaches you to like have the discipline, have the grit, have the resilience to get through. I'll talk about it in another story, but I failed so many times. And the failure in clothing brand, it hits much harder than a failure in dropshipping, okay? I can tell you that, because at most, what do you lose? $100 to $300, some time, some energy. Like really, you're not losing much. So never give up, okay? You've heard it a million times. It's fucking true, okay? Also understanding that like spending money on ads, like don't be so scared about like, and only view it as, oh, I put my money in, I got a fucking 1 ROAS, I lost my money. No, the money was spent for a reason. The money was spent to acquire data on like your demographic, see if your ads are like targeting the right demographic that you are serving to. So you need to like change that perception of losses, and also like spending money is to get data, and data makes us more money if you're able to read it right. Anyways, that's pretty much how I was able to crack dropshipping, or at least like hit a successful 6-figure store within 3.5 months. So if I can crack dropshipping within 3.5 months while running a 7-figure fashion brand, then you can too. It's as simple as that, man. If I was able to spend 6 to 8 hours on my clothing brand while also dedicating and setting aside 4 to 6 hours for dropshipping, and I did that for 2 months straight, then made it, then you can absolutely do it too. So yeah, anyways, really happy to make this video for you guys, and I'm really excited to post more videos. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, because I will always be checking my comments and trying to provide you guys sauce to help you guys progress in your dropshipping journey as well. If you guys like this video and want to learn more as I post more, make sure to subscribe. But yeah, thank you guys for your time, and peace out.